You are listening to the VCast.
What is up? We're back. The VCast number 90, baby.
This is number
90. How you like that? You called it even number.
90.
Number 90.
Okay.
We got my man, Mr. Direct, a.k.a. Mr. Scotch Plains. Marklin, what up, man? How's it going?
What's going on, baby?
I'm
good
chilling,
it's
man.
Good to be here.
Thanks for coming through. Just make sure we talking to the mic. I forgot to give you some instructions. I know you just gave me some knowledge.
You don't know I'm old hatchet. This you 90. I didn't want to float the 250 on you. I'm gonna let that slide real quick.
250. Nah, yo,
I'm deep in the podcast game.
I gotta get used to telling people, because I just come in and just start going, but I gotta buckle down. Get professional.
It's hard because you don't want to make them. You don't want to feel like you want them rigid.
Yeah.
And the minute you start giving demands, they automatically are like,
yeah.
Oh my God, I can't do what I want.
Yeah. But
I do it all the time though. I'm like, if I got a guest on and I see them floating like that, I'm like, yo, talk to the mic. And if it's a girl, are we allowed to swear on this one?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everything goes.
If it's a girl, I'm like, yo, act like you had a dick in your mouth before. What are you doing? You don't go away. You come near. I'm just saying.
Keep it right in your face.
Tell it right here. This is where it's supposed to be.
Man, you definitely don't give podcast instructions once the podcast begins.
Nah,
it's got to be that's what makes it comfortable a little bit. Just ease into it.
Sometimes I do though. Like because I look for the floating. When people get so used to that, they just start floating all around. I have to. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
you screwing up my audio.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to go find that section where you're low and then raise you. So you handle your shit.
And you at 250?
I'm probably higher than that, bro. I'm at the point now that I'm taking all my old stuff and chopping them down to 1 minute clips.
Yeah.
And just throwing them up just to get my numbers up.
Yeah.
So my one page that I've been doing for a long time, I'm reaching 52,000 people a month now, which I'm a nobody. It's just the fact that I got so much content. I'm just like, I'm also, I take my show and break it down and I send it over to public access channel in Tennessee. So I'm on an actual like TV station in Tennessee, go figure.
That's dope.
And I'm on Manhattan Neighbors Network when I decide to edit and send stuff over to them.
And what's the name of your show?
The one I do now is Sunday Podcast, but I've been podcasting for a long time. I
remember you had the live show on Facebook.
It still is Sunday Podcast. Sunday Coffee Podcast is what I do now.
In the morning?
About to go on hiatus.
In the morning?
Every other Sunday, 10:30. Yeah. But we're about to go hiatus for like a month. Just take a break. But my co-host says she wants to come back, but then that was just Mr. Direct's Real Talk with the Diva.
That's what I remember, the Real Talk.
I had that one. I had the Black Experience. I had Beer and Politics.
Beer and Politics sounds dope.
Beer and Politics never got where I wanted it because I couldn't get politicians to come on and really talk. I had a co-host named Bill Brennan, who was a dude from, he ran for governor and he sued Chris Christie and won over Bridgegate.
Oh, get out of here.
So he was the host of that. And him and I would just talk. And, like, we all talk politics all the time. But I said I wanted a show where I had somebody that was a real political person and then a guest, like you're just an average everyday onlooker of politics. So this is your opinion looking on. And he was just he was a no frills straight shooter. Like a no frills, and I appreciated that. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat. Just talk your shit.
Yeah, but I can trust you.
Not
even trust you, but just hold you for your word. I don't feel like everything you're saying is bullshit.
I'd rather you tell me straight up, yeah, I'm doing this because I'm gonna make money out of it. I'm gonna respect that. Like I'm gonna be like, okay. So like when a lot of my friends voted for Trump, my friend told me, he was like, yo, I made $50,000 a year with Trump in office. He's an asshole. He was like, I wouldn't invite that motherfucker over for dinner. I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. This is my friend telling me this, right? He goes, but I made $50,000 with him in office. Of course I'm going to vote for him because I'm
Yeah.
a businessman. And if he going to line up, and that type of honesty is how I embrace people. Be honest. Like when people get mad at me and they're like, oh, racism is so big to you. And I go, I don't know, because I'm a black guy that grew up in a white town. And people would say slick shit to me and think I don't realize what it is. Then I moved to the Midwest and more people saying
It's even worse over there. Huh?
it was like stepping back in the 1950s.
Like what that lady said, how it's just there's no mix. It's just black and white.
It's just black and white.
Yeah.
And it's like going back in the 1950s. And I'm from Jersey. We don't like nobody. Like it's an equal hate. So it's not because you Indian.
Yeah, especially if you're from Boston.
We hate Boston people like a motherfucker, yo. We hate, if you from Boston, there's just no love at all. I can't even, you could be a hot chick from Boston, I can't even roll with you. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You vote, I met a girl from New Hampshire, she was cool. She rooted for Boston teams. Fought at the same time.
Yeah, that's that whole New England area.
She was just real cool though.
Yeah.
So I had to give her credit.
Because who does New Hampshire and Vermont have? They don't really have anything but
So
Boston.
They got to.
Or Buffalo, but then they really hate New York.
Yeah.
So
she don't like New York at all.
Yeah.
But we got along. She was real cool.
I got customers in Boston, so I gotta.
gotta
I be doing meetings too, and I just have my in the Zoom meetings and shit. I've been having my New York fucking cap
Have you
on.
done if you're doing it, you know how you can put the background? Yo, you gotta
Yankee Stadium.
You gotta do Yankee Stadium, or you just gotta do the Yankee backdrop and just have Yankee on, just like,
Yeah.
what's going on, Mike?
We'll do a Pedro, who's your daddy? some just troll shit, you know?
But that's the fun of social media today.
Oh my God.
It's that we can troll people.
Yeah.
If we do it in a loving way, like I know you and I'm familiar with you, we could troll people and have fun.
Yeah, my
We
company's
really
cool.
can.
My company's cool during the pandemic. You know what my backdrop was? Remember when Trump had that one press conference where they scheduled it at the wrong Four Seasons? They ended up doing it at like a Four Seasons landscaping.
Oh my God!
And it was in the parking
Yes.
lot. So I had my backdrop was the Four Seasons was exactly the place like before Trump set it up, because then they covered the garage door.
It was Rudy Giuliani, yo. And this is when he started. He was also like,
Yo, that motherfucker lost his mind.
yo,
bro.
Rudy had his makeup or whatever like melting off his face.
That guy really took a fucking fall, huh?
Yo, I don't know what drugs he took. I don't know.
Is that old age?
I will say this: the one thing I respect about white people with money is when they get old, can't nobody tell them shit. Because Joe Biden's on dementia level 10.
Bro,
That's
guy's
dementia.
out of his mind.
I tell everyone.
Did you hear him say his goals for 2020?
Yo, just like if that was your grandfather.
He just put environmental goals for 2020, things that we're gonna hit in the year 2020.
If that literally was your grandfather,
Put him in a home.
You would put him in a home and say, sit your ass somewhere and shut up.
Yeah.
Just enjoy being old. We're gonna get you all the ice cream and applesauce you want.
You wouldn't let him run the family business.
He wouldn't even know that the family business is still there. You'd be like, nah, we sold it, granddad. It ain't here no more. We good.
Still trying to sell old products and shit that you already discontinued years ago. He keeps bringing up shit.
That shit's still good. What are you talking
yeah.
about? I had a dad like that, yo.
Yeah.
My dad was I always say my dad was there was a competition between Storage Wars and being a hoarder. So literally he was buying shit from Storage Wars to be a hoarder. Mm-hmm. So he would just buy, he would buy old VCRs, but this is after VCRs were obsolete. And he already had a DVD, but he would buy the VCR because he said we could repair it and maybe somebody will buy it from us. I'm like, what? Bro, it costs you more money to repair the damn VCR than it costs to get a brand new VCR.
Yeah.
He'd be like, nah, somebody will buy this. Nobody bought it. Nobody bought it.
House looked like Sanford.
Yo, that was one of the things I could say I was always scared of. When my mother passed away, I was just like, I do not want to be like Sanford and Son living at home with my dad. Just I couldn't see it. I wanted to avoid that at all costs. Rest in peace, Pops.
Yeah, rest in peace, Pops. Father's Day just passed. You got any kids?
Nah, I ain't got no kids.
No kids?
Man. God did not want to put this on some motherfucker, yo. First of all, my kids would have never known their names because I don't call them motherfucker all the time.
Yeah.
Like, Bill Cosby tells that joke about he's like, God damn it, Jesus Christ. No, my kids would have been like, I guess we're all motherfuckers because that's all he call us. Because that's all my friends get mad at me because I call their kids motherfucker. They be like, yo, he got a name. I'm like, I know that motherfucker got a name.
Like George Foreman's family. Everybody George Foreman.
Everyone's George.
Everybody in your family's motherfucker.
I would have just called him motherfucker. I didn't care. I'm wild like that. Wild for the night.
That's fucking great.
Now, I live vicariously through my friends. I'm Uncle Markland to my friends. They don't know that I'm a nut job. They don't know that I do. Well, I think a couple of them know I do comedy. They know I wrote 2 books. I've hosted a couple of events, big events, and they've come down and supported, so they know I do that. But I'm Uncle Markland to them. I'm just like the everyday goofball. They're like, oh, that's Uncle Markland.
Yeah.
I come over, I play basketball with them sometimes, and I walk.
There's always like an Uncle Markland in a comedy family.
Yeah.
Uncle Markland comes through. What up, Uncle Markland?
Dude just comes through, does his bit, keeps moving, doesn't want to bother anybody. This comedy world is strange, man.
Drinks a couple beers out the fridge.
Yeah,
for sure.
It really does. This comedy world, man. I love comedy, but this whole comedy world, man, it's
bizarro land.
You keep forgetting that everyone's got some level of being fucked up.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes.
And no matter how much they try to act like they got it all together, you realize a lot of people got a lot of shit that's just not there. And, I give credit to the people that succeed in a year or 2 year. They're so focused that they literally don't let anything distract them. And there's a level I just respect. I see what people do. I've been on stages I shouldn't have been on, telling jokes. And you see the difference between you and somebody else that's like, yo, I'm up here, I'm doing it. And there's a level of dedication, but also, there's got to be some pain, got to be some misery. There's got to be something
that drives you, right?
Yeah, there's got to be, because this is some shit, yo. I've thought of quitting a couple of times and I can't.
Yeah,
like you saw what I just did down there. I just threw spaghetti to the wall just to see what sticks, but it's. You don't do it for a week and you lose it. But then you got shows and you're like, man,
gotta be a rhythm.
I gotta get back in.
Yeah.
I gotta get that rhythm going because I got shows to do and I gotta be on stage.
Yeah.
Like I got a show on Friday, and then I gotta do some other. I'll tell anybody out there that's watching that doesn't get it. If comedy is in your soul, it's in your soul. You ain't ever gonna walk away from it. I could walk away for 2 weeks because I got busy. Now, the difference between a great comic and an average comic will say, I got to take off for 2 weeks because I got other shit. Great comics are like, nah, everything else has got to take a backseat. Comedy first. And that's actually where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get my public speaking going so that I can I was doing well. When you first met me, I was doing 4 mics a day in the city, 6 days a week. I was a savage.
That's fucking.
Everybody be like, where you going?
That's the work,
City.
yeah.
City, what are you doing? Mics. Why? It's what I want to do. Rhythm. Everything I was putting in, everything was going.
How sharp were you?
I was firing.
Yeah.
It's even if I came up with a new joke, I knew how to cut. And that's hard now when you're not in that rhythm. You forget where to cut.
Clunky.
Yeah, you're like an old car. You're just trying to figure out, like, okay, if I drive it a little bit, can I ride it hard? Or I gotta. It's wild. It's really wild.
Ain't it nice to have a personality to fall back on?
I think you know what. I think that's part of the thing that kills me about comedy now. A lot of the people we see making it don't have a personality, and if you watch their styles, they're mimicking somebody that they like, and they're just telling their stories through that lens. But if you speak to some of these people, they truly have no personality. And you could just tell having casual conversation. And it's weird because it's not that I have a personality. I'm just an asshole. Like, I bought into it years ago. I'm just an asshole. I will fuck with anyone at any time for any reason. But it's all in jest and it's all fun. But a lot of people just, especially this younger generation, they tell you what you can and can't joke about. If you can only joke about certain things, you have no personality. That's part of the fun, is being able to talk about, like.
It makes things sound goofy.
I was at this event and this woman walked by. Beautiful. the minute she turned, her nose went from a pretty nose to like this. Like, from the front profile, beautiful, beautiful. And I said it to this young lady, and she goes, oh my God, you can't say. I go, I didn't say she was ugly. I said, holy shit, she's got a big nose from the side profile. I got a wide nose. You wouldn't know it from a side profile. But when you see it up front, it's a wide nose, right?
You're absolutely right. If I'm looking at you from when you turn to talking to the mic, when you said that shit,
I'm not mad if somebody points it out.
Then that shit gets real aggressive when you turn to me. Or you're looking out that way, it just looks regular.
It's a
and then you turn
nose.
and it's like, ah.
Why would I be mad at you for seeing that?
Yeah.
So there's this reality that people are just mad about the reality of the things that we talk about. And that's part of being a comic if you're an observational comic. So what do they tell us? Number one, it's important that we talk about the things that are real to us. I'm currently writing a book about racism. So a lot of my jokes are black and white jokes. And a lot of people think, oh, he's a racist comic. No, I'm writing a book about racism. I'm 50 years old. I go on dates, you know. White women with yachts keep coming up in my goddamn Tinder profile. Like, what about me says white women with yachts? Do I just speak the shit into existence? I want a Martha Stewart. All these white women with yachts keep coming into my profile. Yeah. Do I believe they're on yachts? They're taking pictures on them. That don't mean they own them, but they keep coming up in my news feed. So I talk about it.
But do you, when what you were saying before, I feel like with kids, that shit is something that comes up more. Like, that's like a learned behavior.
They were taught, okay, so we used to make fun of the kid that used to eat glue. We used to make fun of him. The kid that ate glue and did all them and picked his boogers and flipped his eyelids. We made fun of him, right? He became president. You know? Yeah. He became president. But we made fun of him. It was life. It was almost like a passage of right. And as we got older, we learned leave them alone because it was a childish thing to do. These kids are being taught you can't make fun of nobody from birth.
Yeah.
From the time they're don't make fun of him because he's a little shorter.
Yeah, but they're also not being allowed to compete with each other. And you know when you
I don't understand that because you got to compete. Everything's a competition.
So you're not dealing with rejection. You're not dealing with adversity. So when somebody confronts you about yourself, you fold up. Now it's insulting. Now you've offended me. I'm hurt. They don't even know where these feelings are coming from.
I'm going to do you one better. That's why a lot of people can't find true love these days. Because they can't find someone who will hold them accountable. Instead, they look for someone that just slips into their life and, hey, I'm fucked up and you accept me for as fucked up as I am and you're never going to question me about the fucked up things I do. And then all of a sudden down the line, they're like, well, why am I in such a bad place? Because you only surrounded yourself with people who would not correct how like I'm a fuck up. I'm 50 years old and I'm a fuck up. I quit my job 2 years ago. I didn't know what I was going to do for an income, and I've been struggling to get by. And people are like, why are you so open and honest about it? I'm open and honest about it because I had a dream. The dream was to be a comic motivational speaker. I read a book. The book was like the one thing. In life, we've got to figure out the one thing we're great at. And we're no longer teaching kids to be great at one thing. Instead, we're teaching them try and be great at everything because no competition. There's no competition, so be great at everything. There's one thing we all do that's great. I'm oddly a personality. I still don't understand it. When I'm on stage, I don't know how I got there because I hate people. Have you ever noticed, we've done a couple of shows together, right? Have you ever noticed when I do shows how I leave right after? Like I get my shit and leave. And I'm not talking about I'm at the end of our show. I'm usually at least 2 or 3 in. So there's 2 or 3 more comics after me. I pack my shit and go. You know why? Because I don't like people. When I'm walking out, people are like, good job, nice set. Okay. But the minute people are like, hang out, I'm going home. And it hurts me. And this is why I don't understand why I'm on stage. Because I don't like that when people start, oh my God, I want to hang out and shake. I'm like, nah, we good.
You know why you're on stage? Because when you're on stage, no one else is allowed to talk. That's why I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm different, whereas I just have social anxiety. Like I have something in me that if I start hanging out with people, my fucking body vibrates. Like there's like a beacon inside, and it's like go home, go home.
I used to
go home.
I used to have a problem when I moved to Minnesota. My mother had passed away, and I was trying to hang out and be social because I'm trying to get acclimated in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just drank too much. Like I would get out of hand, and when I drink, I get out of hand.
Henny?
So, what?
It's a Henny?
Nah, just
Scotch?
I wish it was. It was just drinking beer, whatever the hell would come up in front of me, and I didn't know how to act. And it wasn't that I didn't know how to act. I was not an alcoholic, but I didn't know how to handle my alcohol. Thank God I didn't have to go to classes. I didn't have to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. I figured it out when I offended one of my friends that I loved. I was like, wow, you know what? You're right. And I just stopped drinking to that level. I stopped. It was social drinking to lower the alarms so I wasn't as nervous. So I didn't act like a fool. I was just chilling. But again, excuse me, social anxieties. And now what would they do? They give you a Xanax. They give kids Xanax in 2 seconds, which, okay, you could say we're medicating it if we drink a beer. But in reality, if you're putting these kids on Xanax, you're getting them addicted to something worse. Because let me tell you something. I could go through weeks and never drink. And I don't go through withdrawals. I just don't drink.
Yeah, Xanax ain't like that.
Xanax, you're going to go through a withdrawal.
Xanax is what are those not like a psychoactive. What are those MMRIs? Is that what those things are called? You know what I'm talking about?
I'll tell you right now.
MR I can't remember the name. That's the stuff they always talk about when there's a school shooting, and you look at the kids and they got
You ready?
Yeah.
Xanax side effects: decreased mental alertness, confusion, trouble concentrating, memory impairment, drowsiness, fatigue, lightheadedness, dizziness, muscle weakness. I don't know about the muscle weakness because you got to have some muscles if you're controlling an AR-15 taking people down.
Right.
I don't know about that.
Man.
But it's and it's like, but here's the thing about Xanax. So what you were saying, it handles like the treatment of generalized anxiety and panic disorders, and I think they oversubscribe it. Like the minute a kid says, you know, like, oh, I'm panicking, I don't really think everyone panics as much as they say. They're just in a situation that they don't know what to do. They're like a deer in headlights, and they don't know how to turn left or right. They're just, what do I do? I'm just a shit. And then they do it so much, and no one's ever said, make a fucking decision. Like, how old are you?
40.
Okay, so your parents told you to make a fucking decision at some point.
All the
right?
time, yeah. I'm making decisions since I was 7.
I'm 50. Make a decision.
Yeah.
Good or bad, make a decision. Deal with the consequences of the decision, but make it.
The family mantra is shit or get off the pot.
Yes. So you have this generation of kids coming up that they don't have to make decisions because helicopter parents are making all the, we're going to put you in this class because we want you to achieve this. We're going to put you into this school because this is what you want to be. You want to be a football player. You want to be think about us when we were younger, because you're within my generation. We was on the pavement playing basketball. And the dude that was a superstar basketball player was playing right along with us. Even if he was like, hey, he's going to camps, he would come home from camp and still play ball with us because he was still one of us. Now these kids are not doing that. Now these kids are superstars in high school. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer. Now they're doing superstar shit now.
Quick.
That it's like they go to your local basketball court and tell me when's the last time you've seen people playing pickup ball. They don't. You know why?
Yeah, not like they used to. I used to be the shit, man. That's how I spent all my
5'7".
summers.
I'm 5'7", 50 pounds ago, I could dunk a basketball.
Yeah, you know who we used to play with a lot? Tim Thomas.
Because we in Jersey.
Yeah.
Jim Thomas, actually, I think he might be from Scotch Plains.
He might be, but he played in Patterson. I think he might be from Patterson. Tim Thomas, but there's Jason Williams from Duke, right? He's from Plainfield. He went to a school, but he ended up going to Duke. There's like Jersey ballers. We got some ballers in Jersey. Yeah, it was a lot of ballers in Jersey.
But
and then we used to go to New York.
Outdoors.
I remember one time, I had my boy growing up. We used to play varsity ball, and he was like 5'3", white kid. but everybody called him White Chocolate, right? Because he had that swag, and he used to just cut people
he could
up.
play.
Yes, and then you'd look at him, everybody would see him on the court, judge him, think he's shit, and then he would come out, hit somebody with that first crossover, and people were like, oh, hit that first crossover, no look pass, because he was a point guard. And everybody was like, oh,
Get
shit.
rid of the NBA, and I will say, if you ever want to find the most talented players in the world, you used to be able to go to just any
Harlem,
any basketball court, and you could just see guys just playing for the love of the game. It was exercise. It was we was outside.
Yep.
You just don't see it anymore.
Look at And One. Remember And One?
Did you ever see the documentary
The
for that?
mixtape. Yeah, they just dropped another documentary on Hulu, I think.
Dude, so you saw that, right?
I saw 1 or 2 episodes of it.
How could they not keep that going? That was such a thing. Like, okay, so you moved indoors.
Yeah.
But how? Because who did we get from the And One? The professor.
The professor.
Now the professor is teaching younger guys how to do crossovers.
The
how to play
professor
it.
and Skip to My Lou.
Yes.
Yeah,
There was a couple of guys.
what was his name? Ralston. I forgot his name.
There's a couple of guys that actually made it to the league from the And One. When I was younger, there was a guy named Wally Dixon. And Wally Dixon was one of the guys that was one of the original And One guys. And this dude could leap out the park. I mean, this dude, him.
I love them videos.
Also, who was the other? I'm trying to remember. There was another guy. 7'2". Oh my God, I forget his name. He played in Elizabeth. He wasn't that sharp of a guy, but you know, when you 7'2",
yeah, doors
you
open.
gon' like, yo, like, listen, dead real. Any of y'all be offended? I don't care. If you're a 7'2" black guy and you playing in the inner cities, every coach has got you playing ball from the time you can even, like, they looking at you in like 7th grade. Like,
when you're 6 foot in 7th grade, they're like, this guy, you gotta play ball.
And
bro.
they've been telling you, they in your ear,
Hoop up.
Luther Wright. That's who it was, Luther Wright. He made it to the league for only 2 years or whatever, but his heart was never in it, and he mentally wasn't there. He shouldn't, but he was good. He played at Seton Hall, and then from there he was drafted to the Utah Jazz. And I remember coming home one day. This is after he was out. And I come home, I'm like, Dad, is that Luther Wright in our swimming pool? He was like, yeah, he came over with your cousin. I'm like, Luther Wright? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, whatever. But my point is, it's just like, those guys were kind of talked about it lightly, but never a lot. They were pushed to be what they had to be because I'm 7'2", 300 pounds.
That's an opportunity.
Athletic.
Yeah.
I can make it to the league if I put some discipline behind me. I'm gifted for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you can't be no 7'2" electrician.
Thank you.
You know,
you can't.
You really can't. There's no room for you in the crawl space.
I used to play basketball with a guy that was 6'7", but he was He was a white guy. He was a doctor. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, you don't gotta crawl nowhere with a doctor. And you know what? If there's a tall ass doctor, I'd probably trust him.
Yeah, there's a 6'7" doctor that's black you wouldn't trust. You just
6'7". Yeah, I'd be like, yo, this was your second resort, bro. This is not what you wanted to do, bro.
Like, literally, you would look at
this is your backup plan.
You'd be like, yo, NBA didn't pan out for you, did it?
Yeah,
did it,
right?
son?
You don't even want to be here, bro. This ain't your passion.
Like, but if he did, it would have to be something that went along with being in the NBA, like orthopedic surgeon. Yeah. Like, you remember
right?
guys hurt their knees.
All right. Then he comes up with his scrubs and he's got fucking basketball sneakers on.
Like, that would make sense to me. But if he was just like, nah, I'm a heart surgeon. Like,
he's a podiatrist.
Get the hell out of here, bro. The podiatrist is even worse. So now you went from hooping to being to looking at people's ugly ass feet.
He wants to know. He hurt his foot, and now he's got a mission. That's how he didn't make it to the league. He hurt his foot.
I'm good. It ain't happening.
He wants to save somebody else from going through what he went through.
And you know that's a dumbass answer they gonna give. I was in my rookie season. I hit a dude with a crossover somehow. I twisted my ankle. Then I found out I had this plantar fasciitis. And I found out that, there was nothing that could happen. And it came from the family. I found out my mom had it and my great-grandmother had it. And it was just a degenerative disease that was just going to get progressively worse if I played. So I had to stop playing.
Yeah.
So now I took the money I made from the NBA, put myself through school. Like, whatever he got to say to make the story just that much better.
By the time you're done with the story, you're like, my foot don't even feel fucking fucked up no more. I think I might just, if you just prescribe me some ibuprofen, I'll be on my way.
You know how many those guys that come out, you'd be like, whatever happened to such and such? And their story, it just don't sound believable.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. You left the league altogether?
Yeah.
But I will say this. I give credit to anyone that takes the time to get to the league. If their parents push them to the league, because I'm a motivational speaker. And I just passed the Juvenile Justice Commission just passed me with the FBI background check to speak to kids.
Oh, shit.
So I'm passionate about that. Because
they're doing background checks for letting people around children.
Oh,
that makes
you
me
know
feel
what it is?
safer.
She was like, really, you don't have anything to worry about? We just want to make sure you ain't touching kids. That's what they really are worried about. We can't have you around the kids touching.
That's the first thing I've heard that the federal, that the FBI has done. That isn't trying to set up a retarded
but can I tell
guy.
you shit your pants. Because she said it would take 2 weeks. It took like a month and a half, and I'm shitting my pants. I'm like hitting her up. I'm like, yo, you said it would take 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right, it's been a month.
What'd you guys find?
I'm like, exactly, because I didn't get anything in the mail. So I'm like, yo, what did you find on me? I'm like, who the fuck did I kill and didn't know that I killed him?
You start hearing clicking on the phone and shit.
She was like, nah, it's probably sitting on someone's desk, blah, 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 blah. So I finally passed that. So now that I'm in, and I'm doing that as a resume filler so I can get into schools. Because I'm passionate, like, as crazy as I am, as much as I do with stuff, I'm passionate about kids finding their passion young, because I had everybody steer me away from doing comedy and stuff when I was younger. My biggest regret in this world, I think everyone should admit that they have a regret. My biggest regret is I didn't do this when I was in my 20s. Because if I was in my 20s, I could tell you right now, I wouldn't be at Chappelle's level. But I can guarantee you I'd be getting $10,000 a night at some comedy club, because that's the drive I would have had at that point. I can see it now how I am. Back then, I would have been like, yo, it's time to go.
I go back and forth with that feeling on myself when I think about that, because I started late as fuck. I didn't start till I was 35.
Yeah, I started when I was 35.
Right,
so you're 40 now, so you're 5.
Yeah.
I slowly walked into comedy.
34
So I started doing
yeah.
audio podcasting. Then I moved from audio podcasting into video podcasting. Then people was just like, yo, you should really go on stage. Mike Marino is in New Jersey. He calls him the bad boy of comedy in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, he comes here a lot.
He let me open for him at this place called Forked River. When we got down there, it literally, and this is not me performing, this is me hosting. I'd never been on a stage. I did a couple of open mics, but I'd never done a stage.
All right, so you had done open mics before, but you got a show right off the back.
I never did a show.
You're fucking hosting for Mike Marino.
I'm open up in a crowd, and I'm gonna put this for you. If you guys know Mike Marino, cool as hell. Majority of his audience is probably anywhere from 50 years old to about 70 years old, right? Within that 20-year demographic, right? Here I am with my black ass up on that stage, have never been on a show before, and I'm winging it. Again, when you said, isn't it nice to have a personality? I'm winging it. I'm telling jokes. I'm having fun. And Mike was like, yo, you did a good job. And I was like, really? And he goes, yo, if you really wanted to, you could, you could do something like this. So one of the first times I went on stage, Anthony Crescenza put me on one of his shows, and he gave me like 8 minutes. It was one of the first times I was actually on a show. So this was after I did what I did for Mike. So I'm up there, I'm hanging out. I'm like, okay, this is cool, we good. And one of my boys came to see me. He goes, yo, you're going to be a problem. I was winging it. I had written some stuff, but I wasn't writing. I was winging it all from up here, making it go, like using stories I had already. And he was like, you're way too comfortable on that microphone. That was like probably the second time I was actually on a show. He was like, you're way too comfortable.
Were you doing anything on the stage before or speaking in front of people? No? Because I the same way, like one of the things that benefited me when I started was because I was in drug court.
Okay.
And I had to go through rehab. And I had to do 6 months inpatient and then 6 months outpatient.
Okay.
And I had to go to meetings, AA meetings and stuff. But I took it when I tell this story all the time, but when I was going to sentencing, I'm driving with my brother, and my brother's like, hey, you know how to beat them? When you go in there, you know how to beat the system? And I was like, how? He's like, do everything they tell you to do. Just do everything they tell you to do, and you won't have any problems. I was like, huh. I went in there, and I was like, all right. So I fucking went in there, and I did everything I was told, didn't give nobody no problems. And when I started learning about alcohol and shit like that, alcoholism and addiction, I was like, oh, yeah, maybe I do got a fucking problem. So I went balls deep into it, and I was in AA, but then I was doing a lot of speaking. I had to start getting in front of talking in groups, and then I was like doing more than what I was mandated to do. I was doing conventions. I had sponsors. I had, I had sponsees. I was taking people to the steps. I was just speaking in meetings. I was chairing meetings. Like, I was doing all this shit, talking in front of people. So when it turned into comedy, I had that easy stage presence.
Transition. Yeah. My transition was that I was doing podcasting, so I just took the screen away and just put myself into an audience, and I just
started talking. Yeah,
just started doing what I did, and it's still a struggle for me because I'm not making the money I want. Again, I'm speaking to the kids, and I hate saying it because everyone's like, but that's what I want to do, and you can make a living off of public speaking. People don't realize that. I said it to a guy the other day. If you go to my website, he looked at my website. And he goes, holy shit, yours is better than mine, because he's a public speaker. And he gets booked. He goes, your website's way better than mine, and you got video of your work you're doing. I'm like, yeah. So now in public speaking, it's a numbers game. So you can't just send it to 10 people. You got to send it to 2,000 people. And hopefully out of that 2,000, you hope 2 people bite. But if they bite, you made $6,000 from 2 speeches in 1 month.
Yeah.
So now if you're not living high off the hog, 6,000.
That's manageable for sure.
Yeah, so now you take that, get a letter of reference, do your follow-up with them. What did you like? What didn't you like? What would you have liked seen? Can I come back in 6 months? The reason why I'm passionate about it is right now is because I'm realizing nobody's talking to these kids for real. They're getting these kids in and they pushing these kids out, and nobody's stopping them and talking to them about the realities. They don't have to go to college. Why does every kid think they need to go to college? You could come out of high school and get a trade and make $150,000 in a year and a half. But nobody's telling them that. Because the scheme for America is to put your ass in debt, so you're working off that debt to them for the rest of your life. And you're angry. You end up at a job you don't like. Like, a friend of mine the other day, this guy I played ball with, went to high school with, he was 1 grade ahead of me. They gave him the package from his job. He was like, yo, I don't even know what I want to do. He was like, I did this job because it paid well. It was up what I had to do. He goes, I didn't even know what I was doing at my job, but I was doing it, and I was doing it well. But they made cuts. And he goes, I don't even know what I want to do with myself. And I'm looking at him, and he goes, I respect you because at least you know what you want. And I said, yeah, but I had to figure this out. I did 20 years of IT.
Fucking time, yeah.
I did 20, like a little bit under, but I tell a joke, it's the truth. I got fired from every job I've ever had. And people like, you say that like you're proud. I said, listen, corporate ain't for everyone.
Yeah.
But what we do, we are creatures of habits. I rinsed and repeat. Got fired, took a couple of months, sulked about it, angry, went out and find another job and say, I'll be better this job. 2-3 years later, out.
It's not what you want to do.
It's not. There was no passion in it. It was just it was the ends to say, hey, I could take care of myself. I could go out and get it. Like right now, I could get an IT job, but it's bullshit. And what I want to do is I want to motivate kids to say, follow your dream. If you want to be a comic, if you want to be an actor, and here's the thing, with the world the way it is today, if you team up with 5 people that really love you and one dude says, I don't want to be in front, think about it like this. You get a guy that says, I want to be a director. You get another guy that says, I want to be a graphic artist. Get another guy that says, hey, I like doing the lighting and stuff like that. You get 2 of you that says, we'll be in front of the camera. You all work together and learn the art of what it takes to make a movie. 5 of you have now discovered your skill set. Because the best thing about anything is trying to do it. Because you figure out, I'm not good at this, but I'm good at this. I ain't good at this, but I'm good at this.
Yeah.
By the time you do that, right now, and people, so you see how everybody's mad at Matt Riff? Rife? Is that his name?
Yeah.
See how everybody's pissed off when they're like, yo, he hasn't even done anything major. He's only done YouTube special, like his YouTube special. And this is what I tell people. Before I stepped in and doing this, I told people, that's what you're going to see next. People are going to go to YouTube and do their specials on it. They're going to take $5,000-$6,000 and they're going to tape their own YouTube specials and push them. There's a guy, I forget his name. I think his name is Adam. Do it. His name is Adam. He's in New York with a New York comic. He's got over 20,000 views on it. Just from pushing it. Here's my comedy special. He filmed it at West Side Comedy Club. Anybody can do it if they want to.
Get yourself a little following, sell a little merch. You know, there's a comic, you heard about this merch fucking hack? This comic buys, he'll go to a store like Five Below or something, and then he'll buy like, he'll find the hat he likes, and then he'll buy 5 of them. And then he wears it on stage and then sells the 5 after the show. After he wore it, just puts them up. You know, he'll wear like a T-shirt or something that he buys, and he just buys 5 of them.
It's a gimmick and it works.
And sells the other ones.
That's a $20 hack. I probably only paid $1 for it, but it's a $20 hack.
It's a $20 hat after
it's a
the
beautiful
show.
Hat, though. You know, if you want it, I got
it's a memory about me.
It's right now is the time that okay, so right now we have a shortage of workers, not jobs. This is the first time this has ever happened in the history of this country. We got a shortage of workers, not jobs. This is the best time for you to discover what the fuck you want, because that means there's jobs that you could jump into and say, yeah, this ain't for me, and go to another one. But we got a shortage of plumbers. We got a shortage of plumbers, electricians, carpenters, you name it, there's a shortage of it. And these kids are not knowing that they could do this because every kid's thinking, I got to chalk up $100,000, $200,000.
I know. I wonder if they still have technical schools.
Do you know that they defunded, and again, people get mad at me in politics. Republicans defunded shop class, defunded technical schools, and we still have them, but they're not the same anymore. So like my friend's son goes to school, but he goes to school for medical stuff. So it's still tech, but it's medical stuff. It's not tech like you and I might have remembered.
Yeah, I mean, that's important for kids. If you grow up and you don't have a shop story about somebody slicing half a finger off, like, are you even a male?
Mr.
Are you
Mobus,
an adult male?
I'll never forget, we were in class talking about the best cooks in the world. And I was like, yeah, my mom's a great cook, blah, 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 right? Because everybody thinks their mom's a good cook, unless your mom's really an asshole cook. Then it's like, oh, no, my mom will burn a waffle. Like, how do you burn a waffle? My mom will burn a waffle. But Mr. Mobus, I remember a conversation. We was in like 7th grade, and Mr. Mobus was telling us about best chefs in the world were men. Because if men cook, they love it. It's not a job. It's not like they really have to do it. And I was like, wow. And he goes, yeah. And I never thought about that. And then I remember Yon Can Cook, the Raging Cajun, all these dudes. Even now, if you go down your TikTok feeds or whatever, there's dudes that are just cooking up a storm. And doing some damage. Like, damn, bro. Like, why don't you just invite me over for dinner?
You making my mouth water.
Just invite me over for dinner, bro. I appreciate it. But there's so many things. There's so many opportunities now. One of the things I'm working on right now is small businesses that need a Facebook manager but don't want to pay $40,000 a year. Okay, well, how about a fraction of that? I charge you $650 a month because I can manage 5 to 10 accounts. It's 6 hours a day. It's not rocket science, you know? Go in, do this, get it all set up. You're done. I figured I could do that. Why would I do that? It's filling a void that's needed. Small businesses, your business can't afford to be antisocial. Tell me one successful business you know that doesn't, even a small mom and pop, that doesn't have a good social media presence. They'll act like they don't have one, but it's like, no, you have one. You use it. You
and
utilize
people sleep on Facebook, you know? I said people sleep on Facebook, but Facebook still has the reach.
2.5 hours a day people spend on Facebook.
Facebook still has the reach, especially when it comes to groups and pages and invitations.
People don't realize, here's the one thing I keep trying to tell people. So one of my hooks is, you own a business and you got a business page, but you don't know how to work it like a regular page, which a regular business page does work like a regular page. Excuse me. So what you should do, I'm going to give y'all a freebie right here. I want you to take this and put it in a clip. You change over to your business page, and then you go in and you search out your local groups within a 25-mile range. So what town are you in?
I'm in Little Falls.
You're in Little Falls. So then you look up all the different towns within 25 miles of Little Falls as a business, right? You now like all their pages as your page. Which ones will let you do it? So now you go in, and now when you're posting, you gotta sell. So you go in as the name of your business in there and say, hey, we running this. Now here's the thing. It all drops down the feed. If you automate your page, you can have that going into their feed twice a week automatically. So now all of a sudden, all these different towns within a 25-mile radius, no other business is doing it. You're doing it. So now you on the tip of their tongue. They'll be like, yo, why is this plumber everywhere I go? You know, maybe I need to look at that plumber real quick.
Or the first time you need a plumber, you're like, oh, how we see that ad?
How we see that ad. Yeah. And here's the thing. I always tell people, give people something for nothing. Oh, you're at home, you want to unclog your drain, and this is the quickest way to do it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it seems complicated. Give us a call.
Make those videos. Yeah, a lot of those people that make those videos, those how to do it yourself.
You don't even need to use you don't even need to use your own video. You literally could go get somebody else's video
and just
on
talk
how to
over
do
it.
No, just put it in there. If it's like a how you do it, and it doesn't have their logo, just put it in the video.
It's on your page.
Think about how many people repurpose other people's material
all the time.
That's all you're doing. You're saying, listen, I'm going to give you some quick advice. You're a plumber. Okay, so this girl the other day, she had a chain that got stuck and it dropped. The one that, like, when you pull the lever and it pulls the drainage down here, it dropped in the back. I sent her a video. I'm like, wow, that's it? I sent her a video. I'm like, this is what you're supposed to do. Take your hanger, go down there, dip around or whatever. And I'm like, man, I'm sending her a video. Yeah. Repurposing somebody else's video. You could do the same thing as a business because the people that made the video don't care as long as they get views. Yeah. You're not saying it's you. You're not saying it's you. You're saying, here's a tip to help you. So now the person comes to you and says, I can't do it. I'm going to call you because you gave me the free advice. Things like this, people don't realize is so useful and so everyday that if you're a small business, 45% of small businesses do not utilize it to its full capacity because they don't have the time to do it. So why would I not do that for them? And they get hesitant. They're like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, bro, it's not rocket science. You're selling sandwiches. I'm just advertising your sandwiches everywhere. And I throw a bonus. I throw them on my pages. So now you're going everywhere in areas that you don't even know you should be touching. So now when your page is getting barely 1,000 hits or reaching 1,000 people, within 3 months, I can almost guarantee you're reaching 15 to 20,000 people monthly. And that's the goal. Within 3 months, I want to get you anywhere from 15 to 20,000 people. Again, you don't need to go to college for this. This is all stuff you could go on.
So many things. I feel like school. And I was thinking about this today too, because I've been on this, this whole fucking COVID shit fucked me up with, I've been into conspiracies for a long time.
Yes, you are.
But as like a,
and not in a bad way, but
it's always been something I'm interested about. Right? How I got into conspiracies was I lost my job in 2013. Right, I lost my job, and it was hard for me to get another job at the time because I was being picky, and I had a lot of time with residual money. I was working in a business that was very profitable, and I had time on my hands, so I was taking that unemployment check and chilling time, so I was spending a lot of time watching videos, and I started watching JFK and shit like that, and I was watching all these videos.
Went down a rabbit hole?
Yeah, I went down all these rabbit holes for conspiracy, but it was like,
but it's, you know what though,
it's entertaining.
It's entertaining because it gives. Here's the thing: if you are not grounded, and I'm not saying this against you, if you're not a hard, staunch, I'm grounded and this is the only thought I got. The minute somebody throws something in front of you that you literally can go down a rabbit hole and look at the other shit and be like, damn, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
It makes you like the whole
Think
thing
about
with,
shit different.
with JFK's son. No, nephew is talking about this. No, the guy that's running for
RFK
office,
Jr. Yeah,
RFK
yeah.
Jr.
Yeah.
How he's talking about, he's like, yo, the CIA killed my uncle.
That shit fucking.
Now, we've talked about it for years.
Yeah, but never.
Now when you think about it now, that we know about the CIA, I hope they ain't listening and trying to kill us. But
They're listening to everything.
but when you think about it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do the war machine. He didn't want to follow what they thought was normal. He was all about, all right, we got to give African Americans their rights. We got to stop the bullshit. He was trying to change America's trajectory too much, too fast for a society that was like, yo, you just taking on too much.
He didn't want to go to Vietnam.
He literally was like, the war machine is not going to happen underneath me. I can understand. And
He pissed a lot of people
so
off.
you're saying conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
Have you gone to Dallas? If you go to Dallas, there's a dude in front of where JFK got shot. So when you go down that the grassy knoll or whatever, they show you exactly because it's marked on the street where he was killed. Right? They're like, so just so you know, there was some dudes over here in a parking lot, and when you go over there, you can see it. Even though there's trees, it's a clearing, and you can see straight off
To where it was.
So if you're a marksman, because remember when you watch the video of him getting shot, there's a so one jerks him forward, but there's the last one that was the deadly one that got him in the head, jerked him back.
That shit
So
fucking
if you
rocked him
look
back.
from where the guy was talking about, I have the thing sitting next to my bed. It's hilarious. You could see it and you're like, holy shit. And what happened, the guys were set up over there. And then when people went over to go talk to them, they were like, what are you talking about? It's because it was like a weird shipping area or something like that.
Well, they arrested 3 guys that were over there. They were the what is it called? Boxcar or something like that.
Yes, that's the
Guys
area.
or something.
Yes.
Yeah, but they what are those people called that sleep in a hopscar? Hobos. Right, hobos.
One of the hobos was like, yo.
3 hobos. One of those hobos was Howard something, who was a CIA asset. He was also one of the guys arrested in Watergate. The same guy. And on his deathbed, he admitted that his son has his confession, and nobody listens. Jesse Ventura put it on his show, Conspiracy Theories, and nobody will listen to it.
So like people think people think I don't get into conspiracy theories.
Something.
I'm like, no, I need all my facts to line up. When
No,
you
but
start
I
giving
was
them to me.
what the point I was trying to make.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. Well, I always go fucking sideways. The point I was trying to make is I was on the outside of conspiracy theories. Like that, all that stuff was like, the government could be pretty fucked up, huh? And then from there, I got into Ron Paul. I started watching old 2008 Ron Paul videos, and I was like, yeah, why would they hate us for our freedom? I was like, we do bomb them so much. Like it fucking completely turned my head about the government and like how fucking shady and shit. So I was like already on that. But then COVID came, and just watching the back talk, the double talk, the like blatant lying, the blatant cover up. You know what I mean? Like you have people like under oath to Congress lying, and there's just nothing.
I'm gonna put you on some game.
That shit
real
fucked
quick.
me up.
I'm gonna put you on some game real quick. Donald Trump is too stupid to carry out the government plan. Every other president is smart enough to understand the government plan and play along with it. Even Biden, senile ass Biden, because he's been in the government plan for so long, he understands how to make the plan go along. Trump is too arrogant, narcissistic, and too much of an idiot to play along with the government plan. So when shit's happening, there's a conference, right? Where he goes, well, it was a test. And he goes, yeah, I wish you guys would have told me it was a test. Because he's too stupid to know to keep his fucking mouth shut, right? So his brain goes to, you guys should have told me, right? Versus Obama and all them would have been, I'm not going to say nothing. That's why they released the COVID. They had to get Trump out because they knew Trump was going to start exposing shit.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing. When I laugh when people say that, but the reason why I'm saying it here, we being real, it's because they knew Trump's arrogance was, I want to be loved for all time. So the shit that really shouldn't be said, and there's some things we should know. There's some shit that goes on in back of us that it's kind of like, shut the fuck up. As long as I still got a meal and I got a roof over my head, I'm okay. Trump would be the guy that would be like, oh no, I'm about to blow the lid off of all this.
Yeah, fucking tweet about it.
And the problem is, you can't do that. They're too big. Everybody knows, if you're part of the black community, you're part of the Spanish community. FBI fucked us up for years. FBI, CIA, listen, crack didn't happen by itself. The CIA was flying crack into the hood. Literally,
I never met a chemist in the hood.
We become chemists.
Yeah.
But we knew this. So it was no surprise that stuff came down. They had to get rid of Trump because Trump is, and that's why they're getting him now for these documents. Do I believe he did it? Yes, because he's an arrogant motherfucker. And he's like, no, these are mine and I got case law. He'll never see inside of jail.
You don't think so?
We know that. They already said, somebody released out something today and they said, they're going to, some of this stuff is so hypersensitive that they're going to have to negotiate something with him because they can't have jurors and anything seeing this information. Now, I am going to tell you this, and this is one because I love it that we're talking about this. When Trump took those documents, FBI, CIA, and intelligence agents started dying around the world. And they found a lot of that in Trump's possession, like the human information, like who is such and such, where they exist, what they do. That was a lot. That's the quiet stuff that they're not talking about. But if you go look it up, there's an article out there that the CIA had to admit they were losing a lot. A lot of their assets were dying off in the middle of missions.
But here's the problem. I can't trust intelligence briefings.
Okay.
I can't trust FBI. I can't trust the FDA. I can't trust the NIH. I can't, like, I've lost.
Motherfucker, how
so
can you trust
much,
the FDA when they say that Fruity Pebbles is part of nutritious breakfast?
I just, you know what it is? Like, there's this bubble that burst, and this is when Trump first was running. When Trump first announced he was running, I giggled like a motherfucker. I was like, this is hilarious. This is going to be so much fun.
It was a stunt.
Right?
And then
those Republican debates started going. And then there was a point where I was just like, all right, I don't like him anymore. Like, you know, I never hated him, but I was just like, all right. But then what he did, and what I always predicted what he was going to do, when he was like, I'm going to drain the swamp. I didn't think he was going to go in there. He brought the swamp with him into office.
100%.
Everybody he brought into office, neocons,
his pardons were for purchase.
Yeah.
If you wanted to
100%.
pardon, you could purchase a pardon.
But what I noticed was the swamp started draining itself. Right? Because they just started exposing, like the shit that they did. And this is what scares me. And this is what I think people should really, this is the things that I think people should unite over versus be apart on other things. And I think we need to look at a lot more things that we could unite about and forget our differences and just focus on the things that we can unite over so that we can accomplish some things. You know what I mean? And I think some of the things that we can look at and unite over is the fact how that the whole government apparatus, the bureaucracy, the people that are in those positions for life that never get elected, the amount of power that these people have.
100%.
Right?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
That they wield, that they can use. Now, this is not to say Trump is good nor bad, but the way that they can maneuver against him, colluding with the media and social media to only represent one side of an argument, like that type of manipulation makes me think about, it makes me think about like how as before we had social media, before we had the power of this information to be able to learn things for ourselves.
Yes.
Right? Like, how did they steer this shit? Because there was little cracks in the armor that we can see now. Like, they lied to us about the Gulf of Tonkin incident just to get us into Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like, all that stuff. I'm like,
100%.
fuck, how much has this machine manipulated all this time?
I'm
you
not
can't
disagreeing
break
with you.
that shit.
I'm not disagreeing with you. The problem is that when they say when something's too big to fail, like what did they say about banks? Banks are too big to fail that we've got to bail them out.
It's a big machine.
It's too big of a machine. The problem is the government is too big of a machine.
Yeah. We gotta break it.
And they can't have.
January 6th might have been right. We gotta break it. We gotta go. We gotta do it together. We gotta go it together.
They was throwing human shit on the walls January. I don't know if I could go with that.
No, but that wasn't a. We need a real one.
If
not
you're gonna do a real,
not a tour guide shit where they're opening doors for you and walking you guys all in and like come through. This part.
If you're gonna do a real revolution, it can't be because people believe that this country is for them and what they believe in and them only. And unfortunately, the base of Trump supporters, because he was feeding it to them, like I always tell people this, Trump is a master marketer. That's how his brain works. Whatever I got to tell you to get your votes. Look how long it took for him to disavow racist, white nationalists and everything. Why? Because it was like, yo, they had to bend my arm. I didn't really want to do it. They had to bend my arm. But now that I did it, just so you know, I'm still with you. You know, they had to push him to do those things because for him, it was like, I want these votes.
Do you think it's that, or do you think that it's when people like he's the type of guy that when people tell you, "Hey, man, I need you to apologize for this," you're like, you know what, fuck you. Right?
Well, he's a New Yorker. He's a New Yorker. He don't
I just for me, every old white guy's a racist.
Well,
right? Like not even just a racist. I think Biden's a worse racist. I think Biden's a worse racist than Trump. Biden just be letting some shit slip time. Like, he just
give him credit. In his old age, he has not let the N-word out yet.
Well, because they don't let his ass talk that long. That's why they keep him in check, because they know one of them
I'm trying to tell you though,
delusional shits. Well, listen, he's gonna see.
It has to slip out.
He's gonna see. No, you know what's gonna happen is he's gonna see a fucking black person in a position, and he's gonna be like, "How'd you get in here?" He's gonna fucking revert back, thinking it's fucking because look at the crazy shit he said when Obama was running, and he was like, he's so well cut. Like when I was like, God damn.
But okay, so that's part of the book.
I voted for Obama twice.
So, but that's part of the book I'm writing.
It's Juneteenth, baby.
That's part of the book that I'm writing. Is that's what I say. A lot of people say this stuff out loud and don't realize it's offensive.
Yeah,
you know, they think of it's a compliment. Like I'm telling you, you speak well. Okay, look at my resume.
You wouldn't say that to anybody else.
Like I had to tell one of these guys. I said it to a girl, not a guy. I said it to a girl one time. I said, let me ask you something. Look at all these women here. Look at all these guys. You know them all pretty well. And she goes, yeah. And I go, how many of them have you ever said how well they speak? And she just looked at me. She goes, you're just picking on me. I said, no. When's the last time you told one of them that they speak very well? She goes, well, Marklin, you speak better than they do. And I go, that's not the point. It's that you expect me not to speak as well as them, or if not better, so you give the compliment. Versus
it shocks you. Yeah.
With them, that's how they speak. You didn't expect me to speak this way, and the fact that I do, it throws you off. And I said, now here's even worse. You know I speak publicly. So of course I speak better than them dumb motherfuckers over there. This is what I do professionally.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, well, yeah. And I go, again, I'm not saying you're racist, but it's amazing, and you know this because you're Latin and I'm black. The racist tropes that exist that people say around you and don't realize how offensive they are. But we have to have thick skin and kind of blow it off. And we can't always make a stink of it, and we can't always, like, I was talking to my friend the other day. I'm not allowed to be aggressive because the minute I show aggressive, I'm the angry black guy. But it's like, a white guy could be angry as he wants. And it's not angry. He's showing his emotion.
He's an alpha.
He's an alpha male. But the black guy does it. And the only time it's accepted is when we play in sports.
Yeah, because black people scare people.
But why do we scare people?
I think it's inherent.
But why do we scare people?
You know why? Because
I'm more scared of Puerto Ricans, motherfucker. I'll say that right now.
No, because you know
and
why?
I'm not saying that badly either. I'm more scared of them. You know why?
Because you grew up around. That's your experience.
I've grown up around black people, white people, and let me tell you something. Puerto Ricans are more slick when they gonna fucking take you out. They're not always going to come up to you and be like, yo, I'm going to take you out. They'll come
Yeah.
up to you like, let me put my arm around you like, shit's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And then walk you and then handle their business.
Well, that's how we had to force the Spanish out. That's how the tribes had to force the Spanish people out. We had to pretend we were friends, and there was so many of them.
I'm just saying, and I'm also
but-
scared of Puerto Rican women.
No, you know what? You know what? I've been thinking about this. I had this conversation with somebody else, and we were talking about like fear, and how fear could be inherent, like, you know, certain phobias, like
what you
phobias of spiders and shit, right? And I'm like, I started thinking to myself, like, you know, black people give people a fear just on sight.
Yes.
Right? Just by the mere presence of them, you don't,
Yes.
it ain't even like you just know them or you assume anything about them. You're just instantly nervous. And I feel like back in the day, right? What was it like the Moors? The Moors were black.
Yes.
Right? The Moors used to invade motherfuckers like everywhere, right? And they conquered a lot of shit.
How do you think you got Sicilians?
Yeah, they conquered a lot of shit.
The Moors was doing everything.
So
and everywhere.
inherently, when you were growing
have
up,
a point,
right?
You have a point.
You
but
see
when
a black guy, you're like, fuck.
You have a point. But now when you move forward and you talk about American society as a whole, it's because black men have been portrayed as being aggressive in a negative way.
Yeah, because you guys fought back. What the fuck's wrong with you guys?
So do you remember Birth of a Nation? Not the one that was shown recently. There was one that was when movies first started. Birth of a Nation was shown in the White House, and it was about how they needed to have the Ku Klux Klan to regulate black people because the black men were chasing white women.
Oh my God.
And if you go into the history, so you know about Rosewood and Tulsa Massacre and all that. If you go and find out about the history of those, and you know about Emmett Till, if you go into the history of them and you find out what happened in some of these towns that were burned down, the black guy whistled at a white woman. And instead of just going after the one black guy, they killed everybody. So we're going to teach you a lesson. So the whole virility of a black man, the whole presence of a black man is intimidating. And to me, dude, I'm a fat ass. How you gonna be intimidated by me? Like, I'm the least intimidating person. I'm more intimidating when I got a microphone in my hand, because you don't know, I'm reckless once I got a mic in my hand. But
yeah,
other than that,
I'm the same way reversed though. I get like that around white people.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up. I grew up with, you know how they talk about self-imposed censorship.
Yes.
Right, like on YouTube and shit. You self-impose. I self-impose racism on myself because I grew up a lot of race. I was the first Puerto Rican kid to ever move to Carlstadt, New Jersey. So I heard it all, and I had no idea about that shit because from where I moved from, there was Spanish and black people, and there was the minority was white people.
Okay.
So I never encountered, like, people would make fun of your sneakers and shit. Nobody ever made fun of who you were as a person. You know, like that shit never came up. Or you're like, people are making fun of my ancestors. I don't even know who these people are.
And it was shocking to you.
Yes, and it fucked me up. And so then I started modeling my behavior to limit my Puerto Ricanness because I was caught in a fucking whirlwind.
I
right?
think we have that in common.
I
did that.
Yeah, my family's from the Bronx, right? So I'm the first to be born in New Jersey. My brothers and sisters, my mom's born in Puerto Rico, but then she moved to the Bronx at an early age. And then she had my brothers and sisters in the Bronx. All my cousins are in the Bronx. That's where we went every Sunday for fucking dinner at my grandma's. That's where we spent all my holidays. And I was always the white boy in the Bronx, right? Because I was the only one born in New Jersey.
You a Jersey guy.
And I like to skip and smile and shit. Like, I was fucking a happy kid. And
fucking suburban ass white boy. He ain't one of us.
I wasn't looking over my shoulder and shit. I had no. All of them are fucking looking at exits. They know how to fucking. They're looking for danger. I'm walking. I'm talking to the homeless guy.
Happy-go-lucky, like this is my world.
I'm talking to the homeless guy with half a face. Like, I feel bad for him and shit. Like,
they like, yo, shut the fuck up, yo.
And then I would come back. And then be around, all these white kids with this fucking Bronx attitude that I just happen to pick up and I didn't fucking know about. So I was always constant. I'm
It's
like,
assimilation.
Yes,
When you're
I
in the Bronx,
assimilated.
you assimilated to being in the Bronx. When
Yes.
when you was over here in
I had to be a
Carlstadt,
chameleon.
you
Yep.
had to, and that's part of what I'm writing in my book. It's about how we have to be a chameleon in order to get in this world because people don't want to hear the reality of what we exist in, and especially, and I'm pretty sure you saw, you used to see the stuff I would type, how people would get mad at me on my Facebook page every now and then, and I stopped it. So my one page, I'm still political, but this other page, I'm more so like just comical. Like I tell my jokes and whatever. And what I've discovered is, and I talk about it openly all the time, is there's, even when people tell you they're not racist, there's a portion of white America that does not want to know that people of color, Puerto Rican, Black, Asian, Chinese, and Asian and Chinese the same thing, Indian, whoever, we experience this world differently. They don't want to hear it because it ruffles their feathers to know there's something that they don't know.
Yeah.
Because they've been taught that everything that they experience is the reality of this country. And the minute you say, no, it don't work, they're like, huh?
I know. And I
weird.
don't think they'll ever understand the feeling of meeting somebody or looking at, or, coming across somebody and knowing instinctively that they don't like you. Yeah. And that they already
It's
looking
their
at
demeanor.
you. Yeah.
It's their whole,
I
like,
felt that last night. At dinner.
really?
Yeah, from the host. I went to the steakhouse. Me and my brother
Okay.
went to the steakhouse, and I went in. I had my hat backwards, and I don't know. I just,
But see, that's the reality of our existence. We're on alert for that. So when we see it, we can call it out, and then because they can't, their dismissal of it is, oh, he didn't call you a nigger, so
yeah.
so what's your problem?
Yep.
He didn't use any other racial slur towards you, so what's your problem? They need to see the infinite action versus we're like, nah, look at how this motherfucker's acting.
Yeah.
Look at the dumb shit he's saying. Look what he's doing. Like, I know. And they can't. I realized this when I was dating a white girl, and she said to me, I needed to stop talking about the stuff I talk because so many people want to like me. And I said to her, if I have to pretend to be somebody, then you don't want to like me. Why should I have to pretend who I am? And I gave her this example. You like wrestling? She goes, yeah. And I said, okay. You like The Rock, right? And she goes, yeah. And I said, you do realize that who he is on camera is actually who he is in real life. And she was like, no, he's not. And I go, if you ever see his interviews, The Rock is The Rock on 10.
The Rock is Dwayne turned up.
He amplifies it for
That's
who
why he was so good. Yeah.
Do you like Stone Cold? Yeah, I love Stone Cold. Stone Cold is Stone Cold. He's just Stone Cold amplified, which is different when you're playing to an arena of 30,000 people. But that's who his personality is when he's not on stage. He's just less.
That's a great analogy.
And then she goes, oh. And I said, so think about it. You like these guys that have to be who they are in order to sell the character that they're selling you. Because if not, you know how many guys that you loved got fired from wrestling because they couldn't amp up the personality? And I go, so I'm lovable when you thought I had no voice, when you thought I had no opinion, and I was just a happy-go-lucky. There's no danger around me.
Yeah.
But the minute I spoke out and told you I exist this world differently, and this is what I really think, now you're upset with me.
And I'm comfortable. Yeah.
So you'll never like me for being me. You'll like me if I have to pretend to be somebody else.
Yeah.
So when people get mad at me, I'm like, you could be mad, but you more mad that you can't be as free as I am.
But I feel like when you're talking and you're doing your shit online, the people that, and this is, I don't even think they even know that they're doing this, but the people that disagree with you and that hate you end up promoting you more than everybody else.
I wrote the second book. So I got 2 books out. The second book I did, Facebook Conversations, the Good, the Funny, the Ugly. They figured that out when they saw the asses in the book. Because I'm like, oh, y'all thought I was joking? I just changed their names, left everything they said there, and my name's the only one that's consistent. They realize, so now they're real careful about responding now. Because now they're like, oh, shit. Like, this
Thanks
dude.
for the content,
Not only did we give him content, but now when people read the book, they're like, yo, that did not look good. People know who they are. People know exactly who they are when they say shit. They're like, ooh.
Damn, I wish I would have kept some receipts. Like then when Facebook kicked me off, so I lost like 12 years of my life on
Really?
Facebook. Yeah, Facebook
What they kick
kicked
you
me
off
off
for?
talking about the vaccine.
Oh shit! They took your whole account
The
away.
whole account. I'm banned from Facebook. They kicked me off WhatsApp, and I
have an
can't.
account on Facebook, don't you?
Now I had to do another one with my middle name, and I just recently changed it back to Vic. But they kicked me off. I don't know. Because they don't tell you what it's for. So it was either me saying that, or I was saying that I was glad Mayor Dinkins died, because when he died, I was like, he fucked New York up anyway. I don't know why everybody's so sad about it.
You can't say that.
Fucking mayor.
You can't say that, dude. There was a girl the other day who was on video drunk and yelling nigga nonstop, just drunk. And I was like, yo, she need to get I was like, she's the reason for Rosewood. She need to get her ass beat, right?
Yeah.
They dinged me. I'm talking about a video. I can't talk about a video. I can't say a woman in a video need to get her ass whooped.
Nope.
Facebook's
Violence.
ridiculous. And they're like, well,
Yeah.
you violated before, so now they're pushing me down in threads. So when I comment, it's not at the top, it's at the bottom. Is what it is. It's life.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, man. I've learned through my whole Facebook interactions and everything that you really have to be open. The more hate that people gave me, I learned I had to be more open to getting to know people. Because you really don't, like, I thought people hated me, and it's amazing how many people would see me at a bar, like, yo, man, I love you. Here's a beer for you. Like, oh, word? You done? You done recording?
No, I didn't turn it off. I'm just,
Because I'm watching the thing.
I
going,
forgot.
like, you
Yeah,
done?
I'm sorry. I forgot to bring up the sponsors.
No, you good. Oh, you got sponsors. See, you legit. I couldn't get a sponsor to save my life.
I just got friends with businesses.
That's even better. You got friends with businesses. That's even better.
Yeah, because you know why? I told. Listen, I'm startup. This is a fucking startup podcast. This is, like trying to get my my podcast legs forward. Plus, I like talking, and I like talking to you, having these conversations, because these are conversations you can't have with people when you're at an open mic and stuff.
People
like
don't wanna talk.
You don't really get into like conversations. So being able to talk to people and stuff has helped me out. But I was like, I told my friends that have business, I was like, yo, can I make your business a sponsor? Right away, they were like, how much? I'm like, you don't even gotta give me any money. Just give me like a t-shirt, give me a t-shirt,
something.
a hat, and then I'll wear it on the stream, and then I'll talk, and then I'll run sponsor ads so I can practice doing sponsorships and shit.
Yo,
And try to attract some, maybe.
What you got to do is, I'm gonna give you another cool tip.
Give me the gems, baby.
Create a commercial that you could just cut into the middle of it. So this is the VCast.
Oh, I see what you're
This is the
saying.
VCast. Big thank you.
Yeah.
What's one of your sponsors? I'll give you one right now.
18 pool tables.
Hey, this is 18 Pool Table, and we're a proud sponsor of the VCast. Make sure if you guys want to come check us out, blah, 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 address, whatever. This is our address, and if you mention us, you'll get 15 minutes free on us if you mention us, right? And then you cut that digitally into the audio, and then now, so and you can put it at markers. So that's a way for them to be like, oh, somebody's listening.
Yeah.
So you can put it at the 15, at the 30, at the 45.
That's true.
And
Now, you know what? You're right.
hit.
The commercials are a good idea, because then you could just break them in. People always be hitting you with the commercials and the thing. And then I don't want nobody to then they start hating your shit. I'll do it if I start getting paid.
I'm a masterful person when it comes to that kind of stuff.
You gotta do it.
I've been doing it for a while.
I gotta wrap this bitch up because they're closing. Closing time.
They're closing downstairs?
Yeah, they're closing downstairs. The manager, they're gonna start. Did they text me yet? Sure enough. All right. We mentioned wrestling before I get you out of here. You grew up watching wrestling?
Love wrestling. I still watch it to this
Still
right
watch
now.
it to this day?
Right now, I'm missing Monday Night Raw. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, you missed Monday Night Raw for me? I'll take that fucking to the heart. I miss Monday Night Raw every Monday for this fucking podcast.
See, that's
I
dedication.
record these every Monday.
That's dedication to you, though. See, I got my shit on DVR, though.
Oh, you got that shit good. What do you think about how you think about this bloodline, this storyline?
You know what? The fact that The Rock is so busy with everything else, so you knew he wasn't ever going to come back. I'm disappointed because I would have loved to see him come in. I would have loved to see him come and chin check Roman.
Right? Yeah.
But I love that Roman. Again, everyone has to find a piece of their personality that's believable. I love the acknowledge me.
It's fucking amazing.
I love
right?
the fact that he walks out. He's like, I'm like, did you see last Friday when he got out of the SUV and a girl asked him a question? He was like, "You're talking to me?" I just kept walking. He just kept walking.
Well, that's
I'm
just
like,
good.
all of us would hope to get that big that even for a second our brain gets to, I could just dismiss somebody.
Talking to me? Why
Why
are you to
why
talk
are you
to
talking
me?
to me?
Yeah.
And I think he needed Paul Heyman because I've never been into it until recently as far as understanding how things happen. Listening to Paul Heyman tell stories is an amazing thing because Paul Heyman tells you how certain things had to happen and the way they had to go. He needed somebody like Paul Heyman to kind of be in his corner and give him that extra, that level of airness that that's right.
Yeah.
You carry my belt.
Kidding me? He was not only that. You know who he's got carrying his belts? That's fucking Brock Lesnar's advocate. Like, you remember how big he was with Brock Lesnar? Now he's carrying Roman's belts.
Yes,
he gave him that
Yes.
authenticity. Yeah.
Yes.
He gave him. He acknowledged him.
He did.
He acknowledged
and
him.
I will say this. I think they overed Brock Lesnar too much. They gave him too much leeway, and it made him too dominant.
Yeah, I was. When you say that's funny because I was just watching an interview with John Cena, and he was talking about that squash match when he just came out and destroyed John Cena at a fucking pay-per-view event and pinned him.
There was one pay-per-view where he just came out and was like, fuck that, annihilated.
And John Cena's like, we had to do it that way. And he's like, this is Arn Anderson in my head. He's like, we had to do it that way because he just beat the Undertaker streak. He's like, how's he going to beat the Undertaker streak and then I'm going to come and take him to the distance? Like, that would have just blown the whole thing.
He had to basically prove that
he had to be the beast. But to your point, where do you go from there? There's only a certain point where, like you said, you're too over. Like,
I think, in my opinion, I think sometimes they give these guys way too much. And they gave Brock Lesnar because of his name, because he went out, won the UFC chip. He was the champion, the heavyweight champion in UFC for like 3 or 4 fights or something like that. I think they gave him too much leeway. And now it's hurt them. Because now they had to give Roman 3 years reign. Like, they gave him 3, like, he's been there for 3
days, bro.
years. No one's knocked him off that pedestal. So now, they fucked up by giving Cody Rhodes that hit too early. They should have built it. When he came back, him and Seth Rollins should have battled it out a little bit longer. That should have been at least a 6-month story, a good 6 months. He got injured. Once he was injured, they were like, oh, well, we still got to kind of put him where we got to put him. They need another name. If they give him a B list to take him out, it's a wrap. You can't get into it.
I got your name. I heard this on the dirt sheet, and it really, because I was disappointed with the Cody thing, because I was like, this felt so good, But here's what I fucking read. Somebody was saying Cody actually wanted to lose at WrestleMania because he wants to bring back the hard times gimmick, his dad's gimmick, the hard times, and start from the bottom. And now he's doing this thing with Brock, and he's gonna get beat by he's gonna have to really come back,
make him a little bit more rough.
It's
hard times, baby. It's hard times.
Man, this guy battled from everything. Like, he had that.
Have you ever listened to Paul Heyman do an imitation?
Yes, he does a great Dusty.
of Dusty.
Yes, he does a great Dusty.
I'm just saying, baby. It's always on point, and when he says it, and I didn't realize Paul Heyman was 17 years old, already working at WWF, or at the time it was WWF. He was already in
on the
room
magazine,
with these big names.
Yeah.
So they're all like, what the hell are you doing in here? And he's like, I'm learning. Just show me the ropes. Show me what you need to do. I respect wrestling because no matter what, you have to earn your spot. I don't care. People say it's fake. People say it's real. You have to earn your spot.
Every goddamn show you watch.
But you got to earn it's male soap opera, but you got to earn your spot. Roman Reigns earned that spot. I kind of like the idea of the Usos turning on him, though, because it's kind of like, yo, fuck.
It's good. You got it, because they can't be suckers. You know,
How long were they going to be suckers?
Yes, it's good.
So I'm wondering how long is their younger? Is that really their
Solo,
younger brother?
yeah,
or
yeah,
is
that's
he
their younger
really the
brother.
younger brother, or is he a cousin?
He's their younger brother, the Usos' younger
he's
brother.
really a younger brother.
Yeah, he's
because
really
you know
their
how
younger
like
brother.
they all
yeah. They're all cousins and shit.
They're
yeah.
like
You ever
cousins,
see that
second
family
cousin.
tree? That fucking
You know,
the
Rock
whole
is adopted.
Thanks. Is he?
Not Rock, his mom.
Oh.
They're of that lineage, but they're adopted, meaning like they're Tongan
Oh.
and Samoan. They're Tongan and Samoan or something like that, but the mom was adopted in. Something like that.
Interesting.
But they're all of that.
That Mayaviya fucking
Yes,
clan.
they're all of that Mayaviya. And here's the thing. The reason why I love the bloodline is because they finally gave the Mayaviya the respect that they deserve. They deserve that because they're a family that basically
so many of them.
they
Head
had
shrinkers.
They had Nia Jax.
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax. They had
Yeah.
what's oh my God. Superfly.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
He was part of like somehow connected over to them.
Mm-hmm.
So their whole family was like slowly putting Yokozuna's
Yokozuna's family. Yeah, he's one of them. Yeah.
He was one of them, but he was just so big and he could pull off the Japanese look.
Yeah.
But he was one of like
I think that's their uncle.
Yes.
That's the Usos' uncle.
And,
Umaga.
Umaga is
that's
their
Roman's
uncle.
brother.
That was
Roman's brother. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a family
Umaga's
thing.
Roman brother? Oh no, that was Roman's brother was Josie from 3LW, the 3 minute warning. Remember 3 minute warning?
Yes.
That was Umaga and Rosie. That was Rosie was Roman's older brother. He died.
They're a
Yeah.
family though. And that's what I love about it.
So
like
many of them died,
they're
bro.
so deep in there.
It's fucking
And the
crazy.
fact that they finally gave them that's a 3-year push.
That's it's such a great storyline, man. That's the shit that I missed from when I was a kid, like following shit through like all the way through. Man, I used to make my mom watch wrestling all the time with me because we only had the one TV. And I remember I made her watch the first episode of SmackDown. When the SmackDown first came out, I fucking made her sit there and watch that shit.
I will say one of my things that I loved was going back a little bit further than you was I loved the Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
Because Ric Flair, he never won outright. Never. He never came in and annihilated someone. He was the performer.
Mm-hmm.
He could get in with Big Bad Vader.
Mm-hmm.
He could get in with Ricky Steamboat. And each match he could make believable.
Yep.
Like, I deserve to be here. I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
And what his value was and what makes him to me, my favorite all-time wrestler, Shawn Michaels. Right, my favorite all-time performer.
I'm Bret Hart.
Right, yeah, I was a Bret Hart kid growing up too, and then the fucking Shawn Michaels came out with the jiggly earrings and the heart glasses, and I was like, this guy's a playboy. I like this guy. I was like, Bret Hart don't get pussy. I was like, Bret Hart don't get pussy. I want to get pussy. I like Shawn Michaels. Right?
Yo, that's hilarious.
But Ric Flair to me is the greatest of all time because of what he did for wrestling. Ric Flair was that good that he can go to any territory, face their main guy, make him look like $1 million.
He was a wrestler.
Still get away.
He was a wrestler's wrestler.
Yes,
he
can
knew,
tell a fucking story.
He knew how to I think his best move was when the guy would throw him into the ropes and he would play it off. And he would just walk forward
like,
and then just flip like it.
All that stuff. And the way he flipped over the ropes.
It looks so clean.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. This guy never once has Ric Flair executed a move from the top rope. But every match, that motherfucker would get up on the top rope and get thrown the fuck off. That motherfucker never hit an elbow drop. If you didn't go up there and grab him, he wasn't going to know what to do. He would have just got down off the ropes.
But he know how to tell the story.
But he got up there every fucking... Listen, I got goosebumps. Wrestling is one of the few things I can talk about that gives me goosebumps, bro.
As a grown man, I still love wrestling.
Hell yeah, I'm so passionate about wrestling.
You don't care.
I wanted to do a wrestling podcast.
You should.
And I watched. I went back and I started watching Monday Night Raw because I got Peacock. So I went back to Monday Night Raw #1, and I started watching it because when I was little and Raw came out, I didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch it. And I have like one of the dearest memories. And this is something we want to talk about regrets. I regret not going to comedy, but I also regret that my neighbors, my next door neighbors, the Felicianos, that I used to go to their house every Monday, and they would let me watch wrestling on their TV in their living room, and they would feed me, and we would joke. Her husband taught me card tricks.
Oh wow!
You know, and we would talk. I didn't have a father growing up, so he was like a male role model in my life. He came home, worked every day. They both used to get obliterated drunk, but I didn't care, you know, like they were nice. Fun. Yeah. And they were so nice to me, and they had a little daughter, and we used to talk and laugh, and I'm fucking 12 years old, you know, and I'm hanging out in with these grown-ups every Monday night, and they're letting me watch wrestling, and we all watch it together, you know, like a fucking family.
Wrestling, no matter what, I will say, is such a family event.
Yeah.
When we were younger, we used to only see, like, you would see sparingly adults, but it was mainly kids in the audience. Like, they always made sure to show you kids. It's amazing now that you see grown-ass people that grew up with it, and they're dressing like their favorite characters,
belts.
the ones that have passed, the ones that are here now.
Yeah.
And it's wrestling is the one thing I would say, if I did have a kid, I probably would have been like, yo, you're going to be a wrestling fan. Girl or guy.
Like
girl or guy, you're going to watch wrestling with me. We're going to get into this shit.
I used to make belts.
All
the time. I was a master. I was a master at making championship belts.
I want a belt.
Yeah, I used to make
a belt for comedy and say the king of shit talking, and just walk on stage, listen with it like this.
Yeah, you gotta get like you know how they have the BMF and UFC. You gotta get shit talking king STK.
Yo,
STK belt.
I said that to somebody, and somebody goes, and I go, so you know where the Mr. Direct came from, right?
No,
came from The Rock. So I used to have an entrance to my show, and it goes, finally. Ladies, like it has the outtakes from wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Yeah.
Finally, Mr. Direct, and I have the Ric Flair music playing underneath. All wrestling.
Oh,
that was my podcast.
Yeah,
and I edited the whole thing and put it together. And my friends was like, "Who put that together?" I was like, "I did that." I was like, "Yo, that shit," because I went to broadcasting school for a quick minute. Somebody heard it and they were like, "Yo, that shit is nice." I'm like, "What?" I just took little
shit you love.
Here and there, had a ball with it, man. And I do have the woo in there. So
that's fucking beautiful.
Wrestling, no matter what I say, when I go up on stage, I always there's a part of me that's bringing wrestling with me.
I want to do intros. I want to come out when people be like, "What music do you want?" I'm like, The Undertaker's music. What do you mean? What music do I want? I want to come out to The Undertaker.
When he came in with Johnny Cash's "Can't No Grave Hold Me Down."
Yeah.
That to me was the ultimate, because my thing was he's had different songs to bring him in.
Sooner or later they're gonna hunt you down. That shit is
that song.
Sick. Yeah, I think didn't he play that when he fought AJ?
I think so.
That was a fucking awesome match.
He brought that song in, and I told people, I was just like, hearing that song just for him and who he is, it fits him perfectly.
After that career, oh my God.
That's the song that it's like, even when he retired, that should have been a song that played out. Like, Can't No Grave Hold Me Down.
I love that shit, bro. Oh my God. Bro, sometimes they really smash it out of the park when it comes to like a music soundtrack. Let me tell you my favorite of all time.
Did you have I didn't have the original, but a friend of mine had it. First album.
The first WWE. Oh, I had that shit. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I definitely had that shit. Had all three of Mankind's entrances on it. Yo, the fucking number one soundtrack for me for wrestling, and I listen to this song at the gym to this day, is when Stone Cold faced The Rock at WrestleMania, and they had the trailer with My Way, Limp Bizkit. And they had that, bro. They had the intense. I got goosebumps all over, bro. They had that fucking intense stare down.
I really don't think people give those two guys credit for what the story they told.
Oh my God!
Because literally they gave the rings. They gave the rings to Stone Cold. What happened? Rocky came in as the baby face, third generation. And for some reason, people didn't buy it.
No, because
they
he fucking
hated
looked
it.
Stupid.
It was stupid.
He looked like
when they came back and brought him into the faction of the Nation of Domination,
yeah.
He told Vince, he tells the story. I love hearing the stories behind. He goes, Vince, I need you to give me 5 minutes. And again, that's when he became The Rock, and he went on and literally lit the audience on fire. And
that's what they call grabbing the brass ring.
But also,
right?
That's when Vince was like, holy shit, I think we got something. And every time he went out and did it, he would get that crowd so amped up. And I don't care what no one says, because I did this for a while on Facebook. I love the third person talk.
Yes. Yes, especially if you're a heel.
If you can buy into the third person talk,
yes.
It sells.
It sells. So you ever watched that episode of Seinfeld with Jimmy?
Nah.
There's an episode of Seinfeld where they're at the rec center. They're like in the gym, and they're in the locker room, and they're talking to each other, and they're like, "Oh yeah, oh man, how that guy was playing basketball?" George is like all obsessed with that guy. Jimmy playing basketball was so good, and and then Jerry's like, "You like him?" Because he just kept talking to the third person. Jimmy's going down on the low. Jimmy's open for a pass. Jimmy's and that was the whole episode. Is that
What's funny? There was a show. Do you remember a movie Jackass? Mm-hmm. Who was the main character in that?
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville does a movie about special needs kids.
Yes, that's
do you know which movie I'm talking about?
Hard Luck something.
You know what I'm talking about? Like he had to pretend to be
shit. Yes,
he had a
Down syndrome and shit.
Yeah,
with all the kids in the Special Olympics.
And the superstar that everybody wanted him to beat, like the black kid that was like he was a triathlete or something like that. That's how he spoke.
Yeah.
And he goes, "What? Jimmy don't take pictures." And walked away. And he's a special needs kid. He's like, "What? Jimmy don't take pictures. Leave me alone."
Bro,
I'm laughing.
You're absolutely right. That third person fucking gimmick fucking crushes, bro.
I love, and I don't do it all the time. And because we come up with gimmicks while we're online, right? I'm trying to come up with a gimmick on stage where I just talk in third person the entire time, like when I'm telling the jokes.
Yeah.
And I never say me. I always just go back into so Mr. Direct. But I do it so subtly that at the end of it, I'm like, y'all dumbasses didn't even realize. Mr. Direct's been talking in third person the entire time. And they're like, what the fuck? I just love the third person effect, man. It's beautiful.
That fucks people up. I'm gonna use it tomorrow at work. I'm gonna just start talking all the time at work.
What?
And then, you know what? It's good too. Like if you're gonna blame something on somebody and you start talking in third person, they're like, "Yeah, Victor really isn't that." You find out how people really feel about you and shit because they don't even fucking remember that they're talking to you.
Vic, you messed up on these plans. Vic didn't mess up on any plans. What are you talking about?
Oh shit, yo man, thanks for coming through.
Nah, man, I appreciate it.
What's your plug your socials and shit?
Yo, if you ever want to find me, first of all, what you got to do is you got to go on Facebook. You got to look up Sunday Coffee Podcast. It's me and my co-host Mel G. So it's called the Sunday Coffee Podcast. You could also find me as Mr. Direct, MisterDirect. If you hashtag that, you're gonna find anything I do. That's why I'm giving you that one, because that's where the hashtag is. Low-key famous. Locally infamous. I talk shit. I love what I do. Follow your dreams, believe in yourself, and at the end of the day, know what? Just laugh a little bit, because that's all we want to do.
Hell yeah, baby. Thank you very much. And as always, the podcast is brought to you by 18 Pool Tables, NJNYPoolTableService.com. If you're moving a table, call the experts. Don't try to move that shit yourself because you're going to bust it, and then you're going to have to call them anyway to come fix it and then move it on top of it. So call them. If you're moving a pool table, you got a free pool table on Craigslist. You bought a pool table from somebody, you need somebody to move it, call the A-Team, NJNYPoolTableService.com. They'll move the table. If you need the cloth fixed, they'll fix that. They'll fix the bumpers. If you want to buy a new table, you need accessories, all that stuff, the A-Team is your best bet. Go NJNYPoolTableService.com. We also got Empire Sewer and Water, commercial services and residential draining services. Your shit gets clogged up, you got to call somebody to handle it because you don't want to put your hand down there. So call the experts and they'll come through. You go to Empire Sewer and Water NJ.com. They got emergency service if you need it. They're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You get a free estimate and you can look it over. And the best thing about them is those are people you can trust. You can trust them. They're not going to try to scam you. They're not going to try to hit you over the head with some crazy shit. So, yeah, check them out. Empire Sewer and Water NJ.com. And as always, last but not least, Combat Fitness Club, Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. They're right there on Main Street. You could go do your cardio workout, and then right on the corner there's a Domino's. You can order Domino's afterwards, and you won't feel so guilty because you whooped some ass. Go to Instagram, combat_fitness_club. DM them so you can reserve your monthly package. That's a boxing and fitness studio run by professional boxer Dane Guerrero, and this is a personal training facility. They work with, again, professional boxers, certified personal training. They got the cardio boxing. All right, stop getting slapped over parking spaces. Learn how to fight and step your game up, all right, for this summer, because if you're going to go down the Jersey Shore, shit's going to pop off. You're going to need to learn how to defend yourself. So call Combat Fitness Club, go to their Instagram page, check that shit out, follow them, and DM them, tell them I sent you, and they won't hit you in the face for the first session, all right? It'll just be body shots. All right, that's all I got. Thank you so much for listening. I love you so much. Have a very nice life. Bye.
You're listening to my daddy of the Vic Cedeno.